Hey there guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make some simple garden hoops out of 1/2-inch electrical conduit and a form made out of a pallet and some scrap wood. This is a useful project that I'm planning on using to help cover some of my garden beds in bird netting to protect against the birds and some shade cloth during the hot times of the year in my garden. But for those of you who are looking to extend your growing season, this can also be useful to put some plastic over your beds or anything like that. So anyway, hold on one second, I'll show you how I made the form and how to bend these in place.
The first step in making this form is just to get any old standard pallet. This one happens to be 40 inches wide by 48 inches long. And then I'm filling in the gaps with some extra scrap pallet wood that I had on hand. Next, I secured all the pieces down with screws and then cut off all the remaining excess that was hanging off the edge. And to make the curved template, I simply measured the inside diameter of my garden beds, divided that in half, and then secured a screw in the middle of the pallet and used a string to make an arch or a radius in the shape that I wanted my hoops to be bent in. Next, I added a bunch of scrap wood blocks along that line and just secured them down with some nails. And the last thing I did is add a couple of pieces of straight wood on one side to hold one end of the conduit while the other end was getting bent. You'll see how this works in a little bit. And to ensure that I could use the full 10-foot length of conduit without wasting any, I experimented with a tape measure and found that if I held over by 7 inches on one side, I could bend it in the form and it would be even on both sides. You'll see that here. And to hold the hoops in place, I simply hammered some 3/8-inch rebar into the ground where it stuck up about 7 or 8 inches, and then I just slid the ends of the hoops on over the rebar, and you can kind of see that right there.
Alright guys, that's pretty much it. In the end, I came out with 2 different sizes of these hoops. The ones that you see directly behind me are utilizing the full 10-foot length of the conduit, and those are going to be for my beds that are going to have tomatoes and some of the plants that need a little extra room to grow. And then the rest of the beds, I'm just going to use these slightly shortened versions, which are the exact same hoops. I just cut off 12 inches at the bottom just so that I didn't have to use as much fabric or anything like that. So anyway, I have a lot of work to do on my garden. As you can see, I'm getting quite a late start. But hopefully in a couple months it's going to look good, and maybe I'll do a garden tour with hopefully some successful results of the bird netting, keeping my beans and tomatoes protected from those birds. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.